So I'm a used car dealer, and right now, even $2,500 cars are not selling on my lot.
It is July 19th, and I just experienced my 2-week strike of no sales.
What happens when a car just doesn't sell?
So recently we went over people talking about how difficult it was to sell their home in this economy because of how slow the market is. And honestly, the same thing could be said with salesmen at dealerships when it comes to vehicles. Shockingly, less and less people are able to afford a $1,000 monthly payment on a pickup truck or a plain SUV. We're not even talking about the luxury market that gets way higher. So that's what we're going to take a look at today. We have a lot of examples to go over along with comments from you guys from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave in the comments down below, but let's just jump right into it.
We haven't done anything. I think, what is the 10th, and we've sold 7 cars, 6 cars, somewhere in that ballpark. I got one that I can't even give away. I was on vacation for a week, talked to my brother. He said, hey, we sold the Infiniti today. I'm like, great, that car needed to go. And I get back, and it's still here. So we didn't sell it. The lady that called on it called all the way from Hawaii. It's a 2021 Infiniti QX50. It's got like 90,000 miles, 95,000 miles. I've marked it down on the internet all the way to 16.5. It's so cheap, a lady that can't even drive it to where she is living called us on it. Can't even get to her. I'm probably gonna have to mark it down again. It's still here. It's gonna hit 90 days here probably in the next week or so. And it has got to go. Right now it is rough. I mean, we can't give anything away. Unbelievable.
So we're just going to go right over to the comment section. Can't give it away, then proceeds to ask for 16.5 for it. I thought that one was pretty funny. It has way too many miles, 95,000 for a rebadged Nissan. Nobody's trying to get into a CVT transmission at 90,000 miles. $16,000 for a car with 90,000 miles isn't that cheap. Drop it down to 8,500 and it just might sell. Overpriced, everybody still thinks it's 2022. But these salesmen can't land a deal to save their lives. They can't give it away. Oh, man.
So I'm a used car dealer, and right now, even $2,500 cars are not selling on my lot. And for you, that means prices are going to come down. And on a lot of these cars that you see behind me, we've marked them down $500, $1,000, and we still can't get them to move. Some of them we've even got to the point where we're breaking even and they still won't sell. It's been so slow for us lately that I haven't bought a single car in 2 weeks. Yeah, check this out. So all these cars up here are for sale, and down here where we park our cars for recon, ghost town, right? All our cars are ready up there because we've actually had time to get them ready. We haven't been turning and burning. And it's a good thing right now, but I mean, I would rather see way more cars down here than I would up here, because this right here means I'm not selling anything. But even with all of this going on, I don't want you to buy a car from me right now. In fact, I don't want you to buy a car from any car dealer right now, because I believe it's going to get much, much worse for us.
So this example is a bit different than what we're going to see throughout this video, because if you watch my type of car videos, you have most likely seen this person online. He is a pretty big YouTuber, so he doesn't have to rely on selling cars as much as the other dealers and salesmen we're going to see. But we could head over to the comments. Let's be honest, the $2,500 car is really a $500 car. Times have changed. People don't have the money anymore. Everything keeps going up in price and living isn't cheap. $2,500 but 220,000 miles on the dash. And we could take a look at even more examples of just overpriced vehicles.
As you can see, I'm at CarMax right now, and this lot is entirely empty. There is not one person on this entire lot that does not work here. Now granted, it's a Tuesday at 12:30, but there's also only 2 customers inside. And I'm about to show you exactly why that there is nobody here. Well, on top of the fact that everybody has negative equity. This right here is a 2024 Accord Hybrid. This thing has 58,000 miles, and this thing is $28,000. First of all, how do you even get that many miles in 2 years? This thing is damn near brand new, and this thing has 58,000 miles. And here is another example. This is a 2019. This is the old body style. This one has 11,000 more miles and is only $4,000 less, but 5 years older. This doesn't make any sense. This car was $23,000 brand new in 2018. I remember because I bought it then.
Even with some of the news recently that car prices are starting to go down somewhat, or at least not constantly rising like we've seen for years now, there are countless examples of vehicle models and entire brands that are still wildly overpriced. Like houses, people are starting to realize car ownership is a trap. That's why I'm still driving my 2017 Camry that's paid off, riding this car till the wheels fall off. People were buying cars to put on Turo and do deliveries. When the miles get high, they sell it. And I would say both Turo and Uber Eats DoorDash is not nearly as lucrative as it was a few years ago. So now these car lots basically look like museums because nothing's moving.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealers are overflowing with inventory, and things just got even worse. I mean, seriously, overflowing with inventory. To the point where they're having to get overflow lots for all the trucks and cars and SUVs that they can't sell. Jeep, for example, has increased their price 61% over the past 6 years, which is a steep price increase that a lot of customers can't afford. Things have gotten so bad that dealers are even hitting me up asking what they need to do to sell more cars, and I told them I would ask the community. And it's not just Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Ford, with their F-Series pickup truck, just had a 6% sales decline year over year. And that's while Ford's been advertising 1.9% APR financing for 72 months on the remaining 2023 Ford F-150s. So yeah, what should I tell this dealer? Should I tell him $10,000 off on Ram 1500s? I mean, seriously, what do people want to see? Because these cars got so expensive so quickly, now the prices have to come back down.
Take the tech BS out of trucks and make them more affordable. Everything seems to turn into an iPhone on wheels now. Trucks shouldn't be over $30,000. They lost their target buyers trying to cater to the wealthy. Buy a pickup or buy a Mercedes? That shouldn't be a choice. Nobody wants an unreliable car, so maybe make a decent vehicle that's not ridiculously overpriced. We could go right over to a set of screenshots that I found. 5 slowest selling trucks of July 2025. Number 5, the Silverado EV, 130-day market supply. EV trucks are a trend in this list. Number 4, the Jeep Gladiator, 138 days. People just don't trust the Stellantis quality at this point. Number 3, the Ford Lightning, 141 market day supply. EV trucks are a hard sell. Number 2, the Sierra EV, 196 days market supply. And number 1 that I actually am kind of surprised about, the Ram 2500, 200-day market supply. $75,000 for a Ram isn't working out, which I do understand, and I know it is a Stellantis vehicle with a ton of reliability issues, but some people like a specific type of truck. So with it being a 2500, I thought more people would have it as a genuine work truck, and in turn can write off the depreciation because it is a very heavy vehicle, but maybe it is just so unreliable or outclassed by other heavy work trucks that just absolutely nobody wants it. Some of the comments, I still haven't seen a Silverado EV yet or a Sierra EV. Well, I didn't even know the Sierra EV existed until I was finding clips for a video that I made previously with people regretting buying electric vehicles. Had no idea it was even a thing. And since then, I've seen only one on the road so far. I believe I've seen maybe 2 or 3 of the Silverado EVs and a handful of the Ford Lightnings as well, but still basically none are on the road, especially if you're comparing to normal pickups. There's really no reason to go with the 2500 when a 3500 is under $1,000 more and has better resale value, not to mention the additional capacity. So there you go. I don't know why the 2500 would be as expensive as the larger 3500. Makes absolutely no sense to me. Ram kind of shot themselves in the foot there. But we could head over to an example where even the dealerships are paying way too much money for their own vehicles they're trying to sell.
A dealer reached out to me on TikTok or Instagram, can't remember. They have a 2021 Mercedes G550 that they have had for about a year and a half. It's been sitting on the lot. They haven't had any bites, and it's because they overpaid, I think, like $50,000 or $60,000 for the car. They're trying to wholesale it, knowing that they're going to lose money. So let's give them a call and see how much we can get it for.
So it's a 2021 Mercedes-Benz G-Class. It's the G550 4MATIC. Has the night package on it with the AMG package. It's got just over 5,000 miles on it. Pretty nice spec G-Wagon.
So how long has it been sitting on your lot?
For about a year.
Have you contacted anybody else about it?
I haven't reached out to any Mercedes dealerships. I've reached out to a couple other, higher end used car dealers. A few offers on it, but nothing that I would kind of jump on.
What are you looking to get for it?
I'll be honest with you, we own it for a good amount. We have about 155 in it, which is it's high. I'm aware of that.
That's G63 territory right there.
It is G63 territory. You're not wrong. One of our buyers might have just got a little a little excited when he saw it.
So this was during the time where G-Wagons were wildly over MSRP. Brand new, used, it didn't matter because a ton of people were making a lot of money and you're able to write off that vehicle as well. But now you could see the consequences when the dealership paid $155,000 for a G-Wagon that's not even the AMG. It's just going to sit and rot on the lot. And there are tons of videos like this of salesmen saying that there's nobody here to sell to.
It is July 19th, and I just experienced my 2-week strike of no sales. Yes, you heard that right. 2 weeks of no sale. Last time I sold a car was July 5th.
Now we'll just go right into the next one with somebody that we've already talked about previously when it comes to pretty shady salesmen and dealership tactics.
For all you guys that are talking about it's a very slow month in the car business, stop it with the negativity. Stop getting in your head. Realize that 1 week can make a month and 1 day can make a week. Keep doing what you're doing every day. Make your phone calls, send your emails, send your texts, follow up with your repeat customers, to get referrals. Do what other people are not doing. Drop your business cards off at credit unions, buy them lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever it is. Tell them that the next time someone's looking for a car, send them your way. Go to your service department, try to pull customers out of service to sell them a car.
This guy just keeps going on and on. I mean, just hound and harass everybody. If their car's getting fixed in the dealership, try to get them to buy a brand new one. All the repeat customers that you already put a bunch of negative equity on them, let's see if they'll do it again, just so you get your commission check. Now, previously, we've gone over a couple clips on this channel from this guy. One of them up on screen complaining about the receptionist at his dealership, basically admitting to the customer that was about to buy a car from him, saying that it was a terrible deal. They were going to lose a whole ton of money, so they end up backing out and saving a lot in the long term. And this guy was all mad about it, complaining, getting angry on camera. There's another one of a constant repeat customer. I believe it was like 8 to 10 cars almost every single year. They would come in and buy the newest model, rolling the negative equity over and over and over again until literally no bank would give them a loan, because that's how upside down they were. And he was completely okay doing it because he's getting that check every single time. These people are not your friends.
This is a trick 80% of dealers pull with used cars because people fall for it. Atlantic Chevrolet is advertising this Honda Pilot for $32,900, but they are not going to let you buy the car for this price. They're going to charge fees because they know most people are not going to verify online. They're going to come into the dealer looking for that price and they're going to bump them. Now, when you try to verify online through text or email, they're going to make it very hard. They're going to divert. They won't answer the simple question of what they charge on top of that price. Now, when I called, I spoke to the right person. They told me this price includes a $2,000 down payment, so it's $34,900. It's not $32,900, and you must finance with the dealership. So until y'all learn to shop online like pros, they're going to keep doing this because people keep falling for it. FTC, U.S. Attorney General, Cars.com, Car Gurus, all these marketplaces, y'all need to change the way these dealers are allowed to advertise. That's like looking at a TV, finding on Amazon, you go to buy it for $400 and they say, oh, by the way, you owe us another $400.
So not only were there extra fees added on top of it that wasn't in the listed price, you had to finance it. You couldn't walk in with the cash and hand it to them and leave with the vehicle. This is a lot more common than you think.
Lexus dealership is going viral for all the wrong reasons after the guys over at CarEdge brokered a deal to negotiate $7,000 off the price of a vehicle on their client's behalf. The CarEdge guys were happy, their client was happy, and the Lexus dealer was about to sell a new vehicle, so, they should have been happy too. But once the deal got into the finance office, the finance manager decided to add on almost $21,000 in extra fees, and that's on top of the $800 doc fee. Talk about swinging for the fences. If we look at the contract here, we can see that the vehicle itself was being sold for $62,000. Then we have a maintenance contract for $4,995, an extended service contract for $8,995, Toyota Motor Insurance Service for $1,200, whatever that is. And then this one is awesome. $1,240 for an optional sales commission. Finally, we have another $4,495 for tire and wheel coverage. The add-ons end up to be something like 34-ish% of the price of the vehicle itself.
You really can't make this kind of stuff up. Optional sales commission is equivalent to adding a tip. This should be illegal. Get rid of the dealerships, turn them into service centers with a new vehicle delivery area. And I know that's what some companies are trying to do, like Carvana, even though I've heard a lot of issues with them as well. What happened to the days where you could get a car for below MSRP? And it really is like a competition for a lot of these salesmen, how much money they can make off of a single customer. Now, we went over this clip previously. You look happier. Thanks. I just sold a single mom a car $10,000 over sticker. Now, this was a TikTok trend, so I don't know if this was actually serious, but many car salesmen took part in this trend, selling widely known, very unreliable vehicles for way too much money and doing this kind of video. But this particular one had some real life consequences.
Out of Racine County, as a car salesman is now out of a job after backlash from a now deleted viral TikTok video he recently posted. This TikTok, originally posted by @KennySells, the caption says, "You look happier. Thanks, I just sold a single mom a car, $10,000 over sticker." That video sparked some serious outrage and has now been deleted. Additionally, the man, Kenny Rua, has now been fired, but the dealership is still the target of negative reviews.
So whether it actually happened or not, most likely I think he just wanted to take part in the trend. He ended up getting canned for it. There's a lot of clips of people getting fired because of TikToks as well. Here's one of a Mercedes-Benz salesman that ended up getting fired because he was live streaming while he was working the sales process, voices of the customers, basically everything. And I don't know why it's so much of a surprise, especially at a place like Mercedes-Benz, supposed to be nice and fancy and luxury cars, right? That their manager did not like it and he ended up getting canned too. But we could switch back over to the main problem of why these dealerships are taking a hit.
Because 6 months ago when these first came out, no dealer was doing discounts. They were like, oh, no, it's a new redesign. We're not going to discount or anything. Yeah, turns out, made a big mistake. Made a huge mistake, actually. And now they're just loaded with inventory. Look at all those. Look at all the Toyota Tacomas. I mean, there's like 30 or 40 of them just loaded to the brim. And yeah, and everybody wants the Toyota Corolla Crosses and the Camrys and all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, the manufacturer, Toyota and every manufacturer, they would rather sell these to the dealerships and sell them to the public. Because at the end of the day, this is what makes more money. And look at the build quality. We go up to them. This is not built in Japan. Look at this seamless line. I don't know if you can see, it gets a lot tighter right there. Look at the gap. Look at the gap. You don't see that with other Toyota products built in, let's say, Japan.
And we're looking at one of the manufacturers that overall is supposed to be one of the most reliable. And if they're having problems because of the quality issues like this and the prices that they're trying to sell it at, how bad do you think other manufacturers are looking right now? A comment from you guys that adds into the problem of buying modern vehicles. I will not own a car that removes features after a year and expects a subscription. I know for a fact Toyota does it. We went over a video where a Camry cost an extra $500 a year to have every one of the features, even if you buy the top trim level. Basically every brand does this now, and I guess it's just completely okay. But when you start seeing absolutely insane incentives to try to get these cars off the lot, you know that these dealers are hurting.
So right now at Gresham CDJR, you can lease this 2025 Jeep Wagoneer S for just $39 a month. There's $3,999 due at signing. It's a 36-month lease that allows for 5,000 miles a year. Now on the surface, this seems like an incredible lease deal, but let's break down the intricacies of this deal and let me tell you whether or not I think this is a good lease deal in terms of value.
So he goes through everything, but the only time it would really be a good deal is if you barely drive in your day-to-day life, because we could take a look at the comments. 5,000 miles a year. Cool. So you could drive it to the grocery store a few times and then that's it. Perfect. I could drive it back to the dealership for repairs. 5,000 miles a year. Ha ha ha. That was basically all of the comments. So I mean, maybe if you work from home and you don't really go anywhere in your life, maybe it won't be the worst thing ever. But again, it is a Stellantis vehicle, so you're probably going to be at the repair center quite a bit. Now, I just got advertised this clip recently and I thought it was very interesting, the wording that they used to try to convince you to buy this very expensive SUV.
I feel so confident driving this Expedition everywhere. When we go off-road, we can use the terrain management system. The ground clearance is 10.6 inches. Available Forward Blue Cruise allows you to drive hands-free. And the flex-powered console gives you extra storage space.
So this obviously was from TikTok, and you only have basically a second or two to try to get somebody's attention, especially when it is a sponsored post. So right off the bat, when it said, "I feel so confident driving this," makes me think of a couple factors, this being a large SUV, the Expedition, the Suburban, the Escalade, every mom dream car, right? You have one kid and now you need to drive around in a school bus. But also saying, "I feel so confident driving it," when basically all of them have pretty bad reliability issues. I don't know, it seems like they're subconsciously trying to say that this is more reliable, I feel confident, everything's gonna be all right, you know, let's pay $60, $70, $80,000 for this vehicle. I don't know, I feel like I'll just let it sit.
What happens when a car just doesn't sell? Someone asked me that, and there's lots of answers to that question if it's new versus used, but let's just talk about new cars. So when a new car just never sells, which hasn't been a problem the last few years because of the car shortage, but there has been times where it was. And it's most likely a car that is like something we have a ton of, Sentras, Altimas. There's a few things that we could do. One is put them into loaner car service, meaning our service department obviously services about 1,600 people a month. And sometimes people need a car to drive if their car is going to be in the shop for more than a day or so. So like these two cars are good examples. We probably had multiple Altimas in that color. They were probably over 300 days on the lot. Sentra as well. They're not the hottest selling car. And then on new cars, sometimes we'll sell them to rental car companies, or we just wait it out and they eventually do sell.
Okay, so a couple things on this one with a Nissan dealership. I like how they just said a good amount of them that don't sell turned into loaner cars for anybody that currently bought a vehicle and has to go into service to repair it. Then it turned into selling it to the rental car companies or just letting it sit on the lot for years and years, and eventually it would sell. It helps if you don't mark it up $5,000 more than the MSRP. Maybe lower the price and it'll sell. Just another brand known for reliability issues and very costly ones. I mean, if you've heard on the news, it seems like Nissan is teetering on the brink of bankruptcy, almost partnering with Honda to save them, but that fell through. It does not look good for them right now. But dealers are surprised that the sale volume has slowed down, while also making videos like this for everyone to see.
Highest monthly payment you've seen?
Ooh, the highest monthly payment I've seen here, probably about maybe $1,200.
What was the car?
It was insane.
About $3,500.
What was the car?
A G-Wagon G63. About $2,500.
What was the car?
A GTR.
Probably close to $2,500.
What was the car?
Yukon Denali Ultimate. $115,000.
Fully loaded.
Fully loaded.
Nice.
Everything.
$1,450.
What was the car?
Used truck.
Ooh, about $1,320.
What was the car?
It was a Lancer Evo Special Edition.
$1,000.
What was the car?
GMC Hummer.
So I know a couple of them were wildly expensive. Of course, the G-Wagon and Nissan GTR. But the first one, $1,200 for a Subaru Ascent. A used truck was apparently $1,200. $115,000 for the Yukon. You're really shocked that people don't want to pay this kind of money just to drive around in a depreciating vehicle? Another comment from you guys. I bought a brand new Dodge Challenger in 2016 with average credit, and my monthly payment was only $350 with $2,000 down. COVID destroyed the economy, because that kind of deal is virtually impossible to find now.
Alrighty guys, so I'm here at this new Cadillac dealership looking at a couple new Cadillacs, and I just gotta say this: if you want this new Escalade that Cadillac has out with this nice paint job, go ahead and go sell your house, your kidneys, and your limbs so you can afford it. Take a look at this. This is the new Cadillac Escalade. I gotta say, this exterior paint job is hard as can be. Like, I don't know if you guys can see the flakes in the paint job, but it is hard. But it better be hard for the price tag. I mean, let's take a look at it. Here we have a 2025 Escalade IQ Sport 2. Standard vehicle price $148,000, but wait, there is more. Total price $153,000 for this new Escalade IQ Sport 2. I wonder what the depreciation is on something like this.
$60,000 drop off driving it off the lot. Wouldn't really doubt it, honestly. Again, you're surprised that people aren't lining up in the dealership waiting to pay these prices? People are starting to wise up, whether they watch YouTube videos or fast-paced TikToks that still give you this type of information, showing how badly they depreciate, the reliability issues, how overinflated the prices are in general, and you're just going to lose a lot of your customer base, honestly. So much so that we're starting to see some of these dealerships close down.
This could be very, very bad news if you're in the car business. So there is a large buy here, pay here that operates out of Texas and California that has reportedly closed 2 stores and laid off about 1,100 employees. Everybody knows that subprime banks have taken huge losses over the last 2 years or so, and you're finally starting to see big buy here, pay here's feel it also. Now they currently have 30 locations between Texas and California. And if you've been to the auction, I mean, they buy. If they get on a car, they're going to buy the car. It doesn't matter if you're drive time. It doesn't matter if you're a large dealer group. They will pay whatever for the car. They also just reportedly laid off about 1,100 people. And again, 2 of their dealerships in San Antonio, one in San Antonio, one in Dallas, apparently have closed. For years, since I've been in the business, I've watched Tricolor pay stupid money for any vehicle. And I think it's finally catching up to them.
Maybe that worked 4 or 5 years ago, but not today. And I know that this is a buy here, pay here dealership, but we've also seen big manufacturers start laying off a ton of employees. I made an entire dedicated video showing everything on the news recently, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's even more information of plants getting shut down now. As a dealer of 32 years, I'm so sick of this business. Terrible quality, no selection, and today's cars are absolutely trash and way too expensive to buy. So I'm going to end this video with a clip that I think a lot of people are starting to realize that overall I think is a positive for most people's wallets.
When it comes to cars, it is one of the places that financially speaking, I mean, it's kind of one of the dumbest debts you can get into from a financial perspective, because again, you're borrowing money and paying more on that borrowed money because of interest on an asset that's going down in value versus like a house, a mortgage, right? You take out a mortgage, you do pay interest on that loan, but the value of that home is going up at the same time. So the car itself is not a wise purchase to make when you don't have cash for it.
So that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.